Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is vanilla caramel. I don't drink this one that often. It came in one of my donut cafe packs. So it would probably be best with some vanilla creamer, but I don't have any of that. So I'm going to have it with some Cinnabon. And Walmart was out of the Cinnabon, so I didn't get a new one of those. So I'll check maybe in a week or so and see if they have any more in stock. So that's why I like to keep one or two in reserve when I use one. This time I didn't do that. I used up most of the creamer just so that I could get some fresh creamer, because I don't want them to get too old either. And I had several varieties of creamer. But I did get my chocolate creamer, so that's good. So today I'm going to go meet a friend for breakfast. We get together like every 3 months or so and just catch up on things. I've known her for many, many years. The friends that I have, I've had for many years. I don't have a huge circle of friends, but the friends that I have, I've had for 20, 30 years. So they know me well, I know them well, and we always have a lot to talk about. So that's always nice. I have lost a few friends over the years now that I'm getting older, which is sad, but such is life. I can only imagine my mom at 95, she's the last one of her friends left. So she has family. We're her friends and her family, and I guess that's the way it goes when you're very, very old. My little friend here wants to go OUT, and I'd like to finish this segment of my video before I do that. But he's complaining. I don't know if you can hear him or not. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing today, and I wasn't really planning on going to the store, but maybe I'll run into Walmart on the way home. It's on the way, and see if they have any Cinnabon. It's a different Walmart than the one I usually go to. Well, I hardly ever go to Walmart anymore now that they have delivery. I don't go in the store too often. So he's just not happy. Let me pause this and let him out. Okay. He's very insistent that he wanted to go out. So, and when he gets like that, he won't stop until I let him out. So, okay. Cheers. Yeah, that's good. Not very hot. Not my favorite, but it's good. It's kind of not very rich. It's kind of more just like regular coffee. So really the only coffee that I like that's a darker brew is, where is it? Here it is. Folgers Black Silk. It's very bold and rich, but it's it doesn't have that bitter aftertaste that a lot of coffee has. So I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight. I ate all the leftovers except the twice-baked potatoes. I may have that again. And maybe I'll have some knot fish or some knot chicken with it. I don't know. We'll see. I could even have a knot burger with gravy. That would be good. That would be good on the potatoes too. So, in the morning I try and think about what I'm going to have for my dinner. That way I have a plan and it's not a last minute hustle and shoving a bunch of junk food in my mouth. So, okay, one of my viewers said I'm a day behind on my budget book, and now that I think about it, there was one day where I didn't do the budget book. The video was getting too long, so I did not include the budget book, so she's right. So I'll have to catch up on that. So, okay, I will meet you over there at the budget book. Hey, well, I guess I have to catch up with the budget book here. I'm a day late and $1 short. So, let me think. Monday. One of those days I bought coffee. Not coffee, the Ticino. So, well, yesterday I didn't spend any money. So it must have been this day. So, there we go. Now I'm all caught up. And today I will spend money because I'm going to breakfast with a friend. But I won't spend much. I get something simple on the menu, usually just eggs and potatoes. And it's fun to go out to eat every once in a while. And it's not something I want to do all the time. Because, first of all, the food is too fattening, but I always divide the food into 2 or 3 meals. I don't eat that much anymore, not like I used to. I used to be a good hearty eater, but now that I'm more sedentary, not because I want to be, but because of, my arthritic issues and my fibro and yada, 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 it's forced me into a more sedentary way of life. Because doing a lot of heavy activity, I don't sit in my chair all day long. I do still garden, I do my house things, but I don't have any formal exercise program. I've been thinking about maybe doing like a chair yoga or, yeah, I know, I'm already to that point. Who'd have thunk it? Many years ago, I was into the martial arts. I was 1 degree under a black belt, but I had to give it up because of nursing school. I walked 3 miles a day, every day, rain, shine, snow. I remember there was one day where it was really cold, and I went for my walk, and I had a scarf over my mouth and nose, and the condensation from my breath caused my bangs to have ice on them. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I used to do that. And I walked 3 miles with leg weights on. They were like 3-pound leg weights. So it's not that I've never exercised. And, when you're into the martial arts, you have to practice. So I went to the classes at least twice a week, sometimes more. I would do like a double class, and sometimes I'd help out. But anyway, that was fun. And I used to go dancing once a week. So, yep, it's like all of a sudden you're on a race car, and then you get to be on a Fred Flintstone car. Oh well, such is life. That's all right. I'm enjoying my life now. I can't complain. I really can't. I've enjoyed retirement. I haven't enjoyed my physical issues, but you keep going. You have to. Otherwise, you just kind of waste away, and I certainly don't want to do that. I'm not ready for that yet. I still have to take care of my mom. I want to have many more years with my family, even if sometimes I'm uncomfortable. That's just the way it works for me. So anyway, I don't know what that has to do with the budget. Nothing. But I get off on tangents. So yeah, I thought about this, and my morning coffee and my budget book segments, it's almost like I'm doing a podcast, because you can go about your work and do what it is you want to do while I'm chatting away, and I like to share ideas. So share some of your ideas in the comments below, because I do like to hear what you're up to, and some of the ways, if you have physical issues, some of the ways that you get around your issues. And, as far as my house goes, I'm somewhere in between a maximalist and a minimalist. Well, I'm not a minimalist at all, but I like to look at the things that I like. And that's kind of what I've been doing as I've been purging and downsizing. I've been displaying things that I come across that I really like, and, getting rid of those things that just have lost their appeal. So that way I can enjoy what I have, and for the most part, my cupboards and closets and drawers, they're pretty well organized. They're full to the extent that they can hold things, but they're not a mess. So my biggest thing is as I'm purging and organizing, are the piles that I pull out of things that I want to keep, but maybe don't work so well where I have them. I'm not using them, or those sorts of things, so I need to work on that. But maybe we'll have a chat about that a little later. I don't know. We'll see. So, okay, that's it for my budget book for today. And like I said, I already know I'm getting a red X for today, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, well, I'm on my way to have breakfast with my friend, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day. I already watered this morning in the front, and I was looking around, and I really need to redo my landscaping in the front, rearrange some things, and plant a couple things. So I imagine I'll do that before the winter comes. But I think I'm going to do one section at a time. And maybe I can get it done that way. And there's so many things in my house now that I have to do one section at a time. I just can't seem to complete anything in a reasonable time frame anymore. It just I don't know. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's better than not doing anything at all. Throwing your hands up and just saying, I can't do it. That wouldn't be good. So I'm trying to be as productive as possible with what abilities the good Lord has given me. And I'm very thankful for that, whatever that might be. And I just have to adjust, because I think most things in life, even the hard things, are lessons that we need to learn in this lifetime. So those are just some of my thoughts. And if you can come away with a lesson, good or bad, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to a place called Goldie's, and that's where we always meet. We always meet at 10:30. So It's like our 3-month meetup. So today it's going to be 81. Beautiful, beautiful day. Sunny, hardly a cloud in the sky. And a very pleasant drive. So I used to live out this way. And so I'm familiar with where I'm going. I lived out this way for 9 years. And now I've lived in my current house for 21 years. So, but I really like my little town where I live now. I liked my other house too, that was out this way, but I actually prefer living where I am now because I live very close to my daughter, and that's nice. So we're there for each other if we need some extra support. And I don't live too far from my mom, about 10 miles, and the same for my 2 sons. So we're all close together if we need to get together quickly or something. That works out great. So I'm very happy that my kids didn't move away from home. They went to college locally, and because at the time that's all we could afford, and they were fine with it. They were never into, oh, I got to go away to college, you know. Some kids, I think, want to go away to college to get away from their parents. So I found that to be true with my ex-husband's 2 twin girls. It's like they could hardly wait to get out the door to get away from their mom and dad. So anyway, yeah, this working in smaller bursts of time and smaller areas, dividing things up in sections so that you can get things done, that works pretty well for me, but it's a really long process. You know, where I could do one room, if I was redoing a room, I could do it in a couple days. Now it takes me at least a couple of weeks or more. So I still haven't finished my dining room, even though the things that I have to do are not that big a deal. But, you know, I do a little bit, and then I go do something else, and then, you know, that's the way I've been doing it. So as long as I have the downstairs done by Christmas, well, by December, I'll be happy with that. And then after Christmas, I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to start on the upstairs. There's 2 bedrooms up there that are just atrocious. I've had to move a lot of that stuff in the basement because my grandson moved from the basement to upstairs. And he did that because of the mice. I don't blame him. But now there's a lot of things that are just out in a pile that I really need to find new homes for, whether that is at the donation or down in the basement. So it's like we're switching the basement for the bedrooms, but that needs a lot of work, both those places, because of the moving around. And that's just the way it is. You know, I love having my grandson live with me, and he can live with me as long as he wants. He's no problem. So, but, you know, this has been like, 3 years now, and it's because his mom and her husband bought a house that they're renovating, And it's a long process because they've done a lot of things to it. I know I've talked about this before, but for those of you that don't know it, they've done a lot already, but because they're doing so much in the way of renovation, it's been about 3 years. So, and I think at this point, my grandson is comfortable living with me, and he has what he needs. So I'm happy to have him. And like I said, he can live with me as long as he wants, but that requires some moving around of things. So that's just the way it is. And I've had a lot of that since I moved into this house. I've had my ex-husband living with me, his twin girls. They moved in, the girls moved out, he moved out, my grandson moved in. Before that, my daughter and her fiance at the time, they lived with me for a year. That was way before Tom and his girls. But, I just saw the strangest car. I think it was one of those new Tesla things that are kind of, I don't know what they are. I've seen them, and I'm pretty sure it's a very expensive Tesla. But anyway, back to my house. So it's in disarray. My personal living space, where I hang out most of the time, isn't bad at all. But I still need to go through some of my things and do what I need to do. So, okay, I'm going to concentrate on my driving here. And I will return after I have breakfast with my friend. All right, well, I'm just going to be out here a few minutes because this is already in the sun. Just got back from breakfast. We had a nice visit. So I'm probably only going to do half of this patio this morning. So hopefully I can stand the heat long enough to get that done. Well, I got everything done up to back there, and I'm getting too hot now. So that looks much better. So that's what I'm doing for today. I may come back this evening when it's cooler and finish this up, but I'm not sure. Have to wait and see. The begonias are just doing really well. So next year I think I'm going to plant only begonias instead of impatiens. They seem to do better. Well, I'm all back and comfy. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else today. I'm looking for another wall plate for my dining room. I have an art wall there with plates that I've had for a long time. And I need one more round plate to kind of balance everything out. I have some of my artwork. Well, real quick, I just wanted to show you this wall and where I was talking about. So these two plates I've had for a very long time. I got them in Germany one time when we went for a visit, and they're handmade, they're signed, they're numbered. I have no idea if they're worth anything, but I really like them. So I had them kind of tucked away, and I wanted to look at them. So I hung them on this wall along with some of my artwork. And then I hung this little plate up. This is new, but I want another plate for right here to complete the wall, because I feel like it needs to be balanced with this side. So anyway, that's where I want to stick the new plate. I wanted to show you too, these are the lamps that I put together. I had these wooden book, at one point they were for plants, and I just stuck this lamp in there, and these are the succulents that I bought, so I put that all together. and that's what it looks like. So I have this one over here, and then I have, this is my Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas cactus. I just stuck everything in one pot. And then this is the other lamp. It's the same thing. I just put the succulents in there, and I love this little guy. I had these gray fake plants forever, and I never knew what to do with them, and I think they're just perfect in this little guy. And then over here I got this little pot at Mark's for really cheap, and the rest of it I put in there because it had it was a big thing of fake plants. But anyway, this is the other lamp. So, and I still have my ladder out because I'm not done in here. So, okay, I'm just using up what I have. So, like I said, this fake succulent that was gray, I had it forever. So, just trying to use up what I have, getting a few new things and making displays out of them, and enjoying my home. So what I'm doing in my home as I'm purging and looking through things is I'm displaying things that I really, really like. And yeah, it may look a little maximalist, but I don't care. There's no point to having things if you're going to have them shoved away in a storage box or a cupboard or somewhere else. So I'm trying to display some of the things that I like. Now, what you can do is sort of switch around your things, you know, just redecorate every now and then and hang on to your favorites. That's another option if you don't like all the things to look at. I like a lot of things to look at when I'm sitting. I enjoy that. I like looking at, you know, my art. I like looking at my kitchen things. I like looking in my living room at the little display things. It's not too busy for me. It feels cozy, and since I like everything that I'm displaying, I enjoy looking at it. Now, I know some of you are like, oh, no, I can't take all that stuff, you know, to look at. And that's fine. We're all different. That doesn't make you right and me wrong, or me right and you wrong. So it's whatever you enjoy in your home. But I figure if I like something, I want to see it. And if I don't like it anymore, I might as well get rid of it and not store it in a box. So anyway, that's the way I'm decluttering and redoing things. And I'm really enjoying some of my things again that I actually forgot that I had because I had put them in a box because it's like, oh, that's too much, or, you know, whatever. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. And yesterday and today I did some weeding outside. It's looking better, which I'm glad. And I'll do a little bit more tomorrow. Now, I'm not out there for more than a half an hour most of the time because even at 80, you know, low 80s, it's still a little too hot for me unless I go out early in the morning. But a lot of times early in the morning, I'm enjoying a cup of coffee, and I don't jump right in and start working. I don't like that. I like easing my way into the day, but that's just the way I like to do things. So it's still a beautiful day out there, and I enjoy the weather, and I think I might make myself a nice cup of brew and go sit in the shade or sit in my chair, one or the other, and I don't know, enjoy the rest of the day. So, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I I look at X, Elon Musk's at X, and I like to look at Donald Trump's Truth Social, and I follow politics. I never used to. I mean, this is the first time in the past 4 years, well, maybe 5 years, that I've ever followed politics. I never cared about it. I never looked at it. I never watched any news at all. But now I watch a lot of the independent journalists. I don't watch mainstream media because it's a bunch of garbage. It's, they put out there what they want you to know, how they want to steer the narrative. So, and I know some of you are big fans of, mainstream media, and that's fine. You do you. But I like to dig a little further in these things. So I saw one post, I think it was on Truth, and they were saying Congress is opening yet another investigation into, now it's Google. And I'm thinking to myself, they have all these investigations going, and nothing ever happens. I mean, it's like, it would be like me looking at my dirty floor and investigating it and not cleaning it up, and nothing ever happens. It's like, why bother? It's like, go do something. Whatever side you're on, I don't care. But I never realized what a lame duck all this nonsense of investigating this and investigating that, and it's like, oh good, you learned something, now what are you going to do about it? And it's, oh well, I'm not going to rant on about it. It struck me really ridiculous. It is super duper ridiculous that this is what goes on. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know. You can let me know if you agree in the comments below. Don't get too political in there, because they'll censor your comment if they don't like it. So even here on YouTube, I have to be careful what I say. I have a lot to say, but I'm not going to say it, because I enjoy interacting with my YouTube people. So I'm going to keep a lid on it. But those of you that have been following me for a while, I think where I stand on a lot of these things, and I think a lot of you are in the same boat. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's like watching a drama where you don't know, that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and you just don't know, where things should head, but you don't know where they're heading. And, sometimes not every movie has a happy ending. Sometimes you have that twist at the end that is kind of weird, to say the least. But sometimes I have to speak in code. And I know a lot of people, don't talk about that. But sometimes you have to, it's just so ridiculous. You just have to say something. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So I may lose a couple subs here and there, and oh well, I guess that means we're not compatible anyway. So, but I appreciate all of you out there, every single one of you. And you don't have to agree with me. It's okay. People don't have to think exactly the same to have a friendship or to be compadres. You don't have to think, like twins. So it's okay. You believe whatever you want to believe, and that's that. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. And thanks for watching.